Good afternoon, everybody. How are you? How are you? How are you? Hopefully, everybody's having a good Tuesday. I feel like this is always so low. Um, I am a little bit late. I was trying to get on live right at noon. I'm 5 minutes late, but that's okay. I'm here. I made it. But I am super duper excited to talk about this topic today because it has been um, something that people are always ask me, especially because I'm working finances, is how I attracted a financially stable man. So I'm going to talk about this and really get real and transparent with y'all. So just be ready because it may be what you think, or it may not be what you think. So, for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Janae Wynn. I am a personal finance strategist. I help women drop financial shame and smash their financial goals one step at a time. I'm the CEO of Financial Healing for Women, where we partner wealth biblical principles with tangible techniques that help you see real transformation and live the abundant life God called you to have. So let me just check in real quick, make sure that you guys can hear me. If you can hear me, please put a one in the comments, and also let me make sure that I can see the comments. So give me just 1 second. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I never know where y'all commented from, so I need to make sure that I can see it multiple places. All right, good. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. If you're watching live, thank you. Thank you, Chris. How are you doing? Thank you so much for that. Um, if you're watching live, type live in the comments. I'm here on Instagram, also on Facebook. I'm inside my Financial Healing Sisterhood group and also on my business page. Um, so if you're watching live right now, type live in the comments. I want to make sure I do better with the comments today so I can actually see them. And if you watch this later on the replay, type replay in the comments as well. All right. So, what I'm going to be sharing today is how I attracted a financially fit husband. So, get in here, tag your girls, your friends, let them know that I'm sharing a little bit about my journey and, how I feel like I have attracted a financially fit husband, and in hopes that it will help y'all. So let me preference my conversation right now. Hey, Nikki. Let me preference my conversation right now. So I'm talking to single women who may be in a relationship or looking to get married, or you are um, currently in a relationship, engaged, and getting married soon. So the reason why I'm talking about this, and hey y'all, I see y'all hopping on. Type live in the comments if you hopping on right now. Um, the reason why I am sharing this is because I've been hearing a lot of opinions, right? Opinions and perspective about women, um, how much they should make, if she should make more than a man, and if that's okay. Um, how do people feel about it? How do they feel about who handles the bills, who handles the money? There's just a lot of opinions and perspectives going on in the world, and I want to come from a place of truth, and I want to come from a place of truth, right? I'm really big on just telling the truth, telling like it is. So I hear women saying like, "Oh, I need a provider. I need someone who can protect me," and all of that. And this is very much true, right? And I'm just talking, so y'all just talk with me. This is true. I hear a lot of women saying they need a provider, they need a protector. This is true, and that is what you deserve, and you should absolutely have that. Um, Women, I want to preference women. This is what the men need, and this is what I'm going to talk about in my topic. But I'm just giving you a little taste. Men need women that have wisdom, right? Drop a one in the comments if that resonates with you. Men need women with wisdom. They need a woman with discernment, right? Men also need that too. But men need it in the women to help them make decisions, right? They are, yeah, the head of the household and they make decisions, but honestly, they need us to make decisions. We help them make decisions. Hence, why we're help meets, right? Before I got on live, the reason why I was a couple of minutes late, not blaming it on my husband, but he called me because he is trying to, well, not trying to, but he's about to go out and get funding for a next investment that we want to do. And so he was calling me, basically getting on one accord on what we wanted to do. They need our wisdom and they need our discernment, right? So when I think of a woman who wants financial healing and all that stuff, she's much more than a pretty face, right? Than a cute waist and a curvy body. She's much more than that. She knows how to manage her life, and that includes her money. As I was thinking about this topic yesterday, and I didn't have time to go do it yesterday, so I was like, I'm just going to do it today. One thing that my mind came to was, of course, a Proverb 31 woman, right? Where she considers in Proverbs 31:16, she considers a field and buys it, and out of her earnings she plants a vineyard, right? She considers a field and buys it. How is she considering a field and buying it without um sorry, I'm trying to look at the comments and do this at the same time. How is she considering a field and buying it if she has to have managed her money, or she has to have at least some type of knowledge or understanding of what's going on, right? She has to have some type of knowledge, understanding of what's going on. So a lot of the times women will reach out to me when they're in a transition, when they're about to get engaged, or when they got in a relationship and they see that it's going to go somewhere, um, and to start working on their finances. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. But I've just realized like that is when they want to start putting things into place, right? And so stay with me because I'm going somewhere with this. I promise I'm gonna put it all the pieces together. Um, and I'm happy. Let me see. Most men don't understand that, nor how to vocalize. Too many men out here thinking a man doesn't want a woman to be a boss. I don't know who you are because I can't see the comments, but that's really good perspective. Most men don't understand that, nor how to vocalize it. Sometimes I don't, yeah, I'll come back to that. I don't know if it always has to be vocalized. I think it has to be embodied, right? And that's why I'm talking about this, because you embody who you attract. And so I'm gonna get real deep into this. So stay with me. Um, so the reason why I feel like I can talk about this and talk about it from a real place is because in my financial journey, when I was in a relationship that wasn't really going down a marriage path, right? But there was a lot of promises and things like, okay, we're going to get married and all of this. I was in my season of paying off debt, but I wasn't doing it because I was in a relationship. I was doing it had to, um, because I was given a word. God told me to do it. So that's why I was doing it. But also, as I was in that relationship and I was like, okay, if this is going to go somewhere, I don't want to bring somebody into a whole bunch of mess that I built. That was my own conviction. Everybody's conviction may not be the same as mine, but I had that conviction, right? So when I got married, when I got married and I had already went through that phase of financial healing and got understood finances and got um, and understood budgeting and understand how to set goals for your finances and all of that stuff. When I got married, I was really happy and so thankful to bring very little, like in expenses, over to the marriage, right? Of course, I had a car, insurance, and a phone bill, and things like that. But these were basic necessities that when we merged, we were going to have anyway, right? So it wasn't coming with a whole bunch of baggage, right? So this brings me back to Proverbs 31, um, verse 12. It says, for Proverbs 31 woman, when you marry someone, you want to become a blessing and not a burden, right? What it specifically says in 12 is she brings him good, not harm, all the days of her life. And our where we should be as women is we should, when we marry someone, we want to be a blessing and not a burden. And sometimes the blessing is not all that you have the money together. Sometimes it is understanding and being aware and having the knowledge and even a little bit of expertise so that you can come into the relationship and bring some value, bring some value, right? Bring a good mind. That's why I said, women, we need wisdom and we need discernment, because we can't rely on them to do it all. We got to be that helpmeet in the area, because at the end of the day, the decisions are going to have to be made together, right? So this now brings me to what I wanted to talk to today, because I had to give you some prerequisites, right? How did I attract my husband? I'm giving you the playbook. So tag your girlfriend, tell her to get in here, share this out to as many people as you can, because I'm going to break it down. I'm going to break it down. Hey, Shay, I want to break it down. So tag your friends, share it out. Okay, I'm about to get into it. So, how did I attract my financially stable husband? Well, first of all, every girl has their list, right? Every girl has their list. Type a 3 in the comments if you had a list, have a list, or you gonna write a list. Type a 3 in the comments if you have a list, had a list, or going to write a list. Shalisa says, oh, she giving the tea. Yes, I'm giving the tea today. I am letting y'all all in on the secret that's not a secret. it's not really a secret. Okay, so threes in the chats, threes in the chats. I got all the threes. I see y'all threes. Okay, so first of all, I had a list, right? Right. But on my list, I had things that didn't have anything to do with money, right? It didn't have anything to do with money. I never said, okay, I want my guy to make $1 million a year. That was something that I absolutely never came out of my mouth. But listen, I have been in relationships with men that were not good with money, that helped me understand the characteristics that I needed to have in the husband, because money is just a big part of marriage and it's a leading factor in divorce, right? Let's just be honest. So everything on my list had nothing to do with money, but it had everything to do with character. It had everything to do with his relationship with God. It had everything to do with his leading. It had everything to do with his decision making, his discernment, his wisdom. It had everything to do with everything else, right? That embodies what you want your life to look like in the future, right? What do you want your life to look like in the future? That's what was on the list, right? That what was on the list. You can believe in the list or not. I mean, I don't believe in the list. I believe in the Lord, and He can help me bring the person into my life off of those characteristics on the list. That's what I was believing for. Okay. So, number one, I had my list. I knew exactly what I wanted. I was clear on that. There was nothing that I was doing going outside of those things. What I said I wanted, my actions were aligned. Um, Love it, love it. Okay, Santi saying my list covers all the basics. The more I learn from married folks, the more I add to it. Yep, yep, exactly. And so number one is I have my list. Number two is listen clearly. This is the most important thing. I became my list. I became my list. I became my list, right? What type of woman are you becoming to attract that man? I was talking to a friend yesterday, and we were talking about this, and I was saying how like attracts like, right? Like attracts like. How you are is going to attract how you are. Period. How you are is going to attract how you are. So right now, in this moment, if you got it all together and you working, strutting your stuff, then that's what you're going to attract. This is why we have so many people in so many opinions saying like, oh, um, can women, when they hit a certain income bracket, can they go be with somebody that's in lower income bracket? The thing is, it has nothing to do with the income, and it has all to do with who you are, who you become, right? That's the difference. It's not the money, it's who you become. Who are you becoming as a woman? Because who you becoming, even if you're not it yet, who you are becoming. So don't feel discouraged and say like, oh, my husband ain't coming. No, who you are becoming, you will attract also someone who's becoming. Another one of the issues is we attract um, our level of hurt. The same thing. We attract our level of in areas that we're not healed in. We're gonna attract either way, right? And when I was talking to, shout out to Daisha Jordan, tag her in the comments if you know who she is. But we were talking about, um, gosh, bring it back to me. We were talking about um, God, bring it back to me. Okay, it's fine. It'll come back. It'll come back. But anyways, who are you becoming, right? So number one, I wrote the list. Number two, I became the list. And in a general sense, embodying the characteristics, am I loyal? Am I hardworking? Do I get easily angered? Like just little things, right? And number three is I found my power to choose. I put something on my Facebook yesterday. Attracting and choosing are two different things, right? Attracting or choosing are two different things. Attraction happens because of who you are, who you're embodying. Whatever you are is what you're going to attract, right? But then when you attract those people, then you get to choose if this is what you want or if this is what you don't want. And when I was in my single season, I didn't know, and this is crazy. And to this day, I'm like, how did I not know this? I didn't know that I had the ability to choose. I literally didn't know it. And so when I was looking at all of the situationships and all of the things that are happening, it was because I was choosing it, but I was attracting it first because I had so many places that I was unhealed in. But then I just thought that I just had to take whatever came my way, even if it was trash, or even if it was, you know, if it looked up and was treasure. I felt like this is this is all I could get, which is such a low place to think from, but it's where I used to think. And so I found my power to choose. When this person came, I can say, okay, what is it that I want for my life? What is it that I want to embody? Does this fit? Does this fit it? And if it doesn't, it's okay to let it go. And the other person should be doing the same thing. But what we would typically do is We try to make something fit because it just came to us, not knowing that we have the power to choose. Right. So type I have the power in the chat if that resonates with you. Right. I have the power to choose. So attraction, attracting somebody into your life, choosing someone are two different things. Because even when you attract someone, they may have something that you're still like, but when you're at a completely healed, whole place and you know yourself, then and you've been working on your finances, you've been doing all the things, and you feel clear to choose, that's when you should choose. But until you feel clear, you have embodied, I'm good. If this person came, nothing would be in the way of me choosing the right thing. That's when you are ready to choose, right? So there's a difference between an attraction and a choice. You don't have to choose what's attracted to you, it's just an opportunity. Um, so tying this all back into finance, right? You don't have to choose to get the loan renewal. You don't have to choose the credit card. You don't have to choose the high interest rates, right? Though, even though it's attracted to you because of your credit profile or because of where you are financially, you get to choose. We choose all situations that we want to stay in. We choose the amount of money that we want to make. We get to choose. And that's the beauty about life and all of that. It's just the power of choice is a blessing. And it just is a blessing, right? I chose to get out of debt to get my finances together because I wanted the type of husband that had the same thinking as me, that had the same core principles, foundation as me. So, me doing the work and getting all my finances in order, I attracted who I was becoming, who I was. And then shortly thereafter, the Lord sent him. The Lord sent him. So, if you're a woman and you're listening to this and you feel like, it's time for you to make some choices, then it is, right? It's time to get what you actually want out of life. If you want freedom, if you want to stay stuck, we all have our individual choices. And I will tell you, whatever you decide, it's okay because in this moment, that's where you are, right? That's where you are. So that's okay, right? But type of one in the chat if today you are choosing freedom. Freedom because you're getting your finances together. Freedom because you just are tired of being feeling weighed down. Freedom. Type of one in the chat if you are choosing freedom. Right? I love it. I love it. I'll see our ones on different platforms. Um, but that's what I wanted to get on and talk about today. It was just really heavy on my heart, and I just don't feel like there's like rocket science to a lot of this stuff. It's just genuinely leaning in, listening, and becoming better, right? Becoming better, choosing freedom, making those choices every single day, right? So before I go, I do want to make sure that I tell y'all some amazing good things that are coming up for me for Financial Healing for Women. On June the 11th, I am hosting my first financial workshop since COVID, since 2020. 2020, I had 6 financial workshops scheduled, and because of COVID, I only had 2. So this is a one-day all-inclusive workshop that gives you all the tools that you need to see your debt disappear and usher you towards a lifestyle of freedom, right? So this is an actual freedom experience, right? So if you felt a few of these different things in the last 3 months, like you're overwhelmed with your debt, you know where you need to start. And in fact, but you can't see a way out. If you're discouraged because despite making a few payments, you still feel like you're not really making any progress. If you're just tired of creditors reaching out to you and you just tired of the crazy instant calling late at night and things like that. If you are just head over your head and you need the motivation, the help with consistency to get out of the situation and to become free, then the Freedom Experience is something that you're going to want to be at on June 11th. Be prepared to be catered to. You're going to have brunch. It's going to be on point. It's going to be really, really amazing. There's also a 2-pay option available temporarily. So check that out. Go to www.thefreedomexperience.com. The Freedom, and if somebody could type it in the chat, that'd be great. www.thefreedomexperience.com. Also, I want to say that this event is exclusive. The seating is very limited because I purposely want to make this an event for high caliber women who are really seeking change and really want to be free. They're not playing around. They want to go to the next level. And so because of that, this is going to be intimate setting so that you can get catered to and get what you need to leave and to be on another level. Getting out of debt, it seems so simple, but it literally puts you on another level because you can free up funds to be able to take yourself to another level and another level and another level. And a lot of us want to invest, and investing is great and you can get there, right? But how do we comfortably invest knowing that we still have all this baggage, right? Our minds need to be in a place of investing, and with debt, that counteracts that. So, see y'all at the event June 11th. The Freedom Experience is happening. I'm so excited and I cannot wait. Remember, the 2-pay option is only available temporarily. So, make sure that you grab it now so that you can get that cushion to be able to get it all paid for. All right, guys, have an amazing day, and I will see y'all most likely on Thursday.